Welcome to episode 54 of Parapod with your hostess with the mostest vaccinations, that is.
Oh, I wish.
Fully vaxxed to the max. Own. Half vaxxed to the
Half vaxxed and relaxed.
mark.
I'd love to see it. Half vaxxed. Still half vaxxed. Please, HSE. I rang them today. I was trying to bribe them down the phone. They said no. They said, get away from me.
Get in line, bud.
Get in line. Wait your
Big
turn.
schlub.
I was like, what the fuck? You know, things will be open. Things will be fully open by the time I get vaccinated. You know, everyone will have gone away and come back. People have emigrated, you know. It's just like, I'm sitting here, twiddling my thumbs, living like a peasant. Cast out into the rain and the fog and the hail.
The hail, man.
The hail. That's what's coming. That's the thing, the snow.
Yeah,
And it's getting dark as well.
It's getting dark, man.
Yeah.
It's 8
I like
o'clock
that.
right now, and it's starting to get dark.
I like that. I love the darkness.
Oh,
I love the
it.
cold as well. I love the cold. I can't wait for it to be like
The two of
cold.
us run far too hot to exist in
Yeah.
in a global warming Ireland.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have to move further north as time goes on. You know, straight up to Donegal, Guido, how you getting on? But as it is now, it's grand now though. You know, it's nice and cold. I was wearing a t-shirt there to work the other day, and I was like, it's way too cold to be wearing a t-shirt. But I was like, that's a good thing.
That's good. Blessed sign.
I was sitting there shivering on a bench across from where I work. And I was like, this is a great feeling. This is amazing. Yeah. I miss this so much.
No, yeah. I would say, alright, so just on the climate crisis thing, you know the way that like they say that like New Zealand is like going to be the number one safest place?
Yeah.
Do you know where number 2 is? Here.
Is it?
Yeah, so we're in second best, so, you know, as always.
Yeah. Plus we get loads of like new inlets and stuff. Was I telling you I saw like one of those, you know, those like predictions, like those maps that show like the sea levels advancing in like 50 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Because the sea levels can only advance about 70 meters. Because there's only so much water on the planet, you know? Which I didn't even know that's a thing, you know?
Yeah,
there's only so much water.
There's only so much water.
So if everything melted, it'd be plus 70 meters. And I was watching one of those like time-lapse videos on YouTube showing like the coastline sort of deteriorating in Europe. And Ireland, we get fucked up, but we sort of turn into more of like a, looks like Indonesia or something, you know? It's just loads of archipelagos and stuff. And
that'll be fun.
Yeah, you have like houseboats and stuff like that. And the Shannon expands like hugely. It's like a massive river going up.
The Amazon.
Yeah. It turns into jungle, yeah. And there's a massive river going up to like Cavan. But like that's pretty much it. Like Dublin does get a bit of like most of the coast is kind of gone for like a few kilometers in, but there's mountains and stuff over in the west. And then we can just retreat into the mountains. We're pretty much okay.
We'll be mountain people.
Yeah, we'll be grand. Whereas the Brits get fucked up because they have that whole thing. East Anglia, I think it is. Yeah. That's gone in like 10 years.
That's mad.
That's underwater, you know, because it used to be Doggerland. Remember that? Back in the day, 10,000 years ago, it used to be a land bridge between the Netherlands and Britain and Ireland, I think. It was called Doggerland.
Doggerville.
And
downtown Doggers.
Yeah, it's not even that deep. Like the sea there is very shallow, but it's like East Anglia. That area was only recently reclaimed, like 500 years ago. Up until then, it was part of Doggerland. It was underwater, and it's gonna go back there soon. And the Brits are gonna be fucked.
That's I didn't know that they reclaimed. I know that the Netherlands have done that. Learned about that in geography.
Yeah, the dikes and stuff and the polders.
Polders, that's
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Amsterdam is a polder. I might have that wrong though.
That's what we should do.
I definitely have that wrong. Amsterdam's been around way longer than that polder does.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah. You see there today we passed 5 million in population for the first time since 1854. Yeah. Get in there, lads.
It's our time.
Finally. Yeah, we're just about catching up to the famine, like. But I saw some comparison that like the Netherlands and Ireland. Oh, we had a bigger population, I think, than the Netherlands back then. And now the Netherlands has like 18 million people. Even though it's half the size of this country. You know,
it's dense.
We could have had 30, 40 million people if we hadn't got fucked, absolutely destroyed by the Brits in the 19th century. But, you know, you live and learn. That's not going to happen again.
Oh, fingers crossed. We're talking about a climate crisis, so it might happen again.
Yeah, well, we'll be holding all the cards, you know. It's like, oh, send them back, you know, sinking their boats in the Irish Sea.
Yeah, it's like looking around at Britain. It's like, the tables have turned.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what we've been waiting for. But yeah, it's a sign of what's going to happen.
So I saw this other video that was like, if we actually turn into like renewable energy, cities just look far fucking better, just green everywhere.
Yeah, you need more parks. You know?
Parks, but like buildings with like ivy and like rooftop gardens.
Yeah, gardens.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, like fucking, what's it called? Hydroponics and stuff like that, you know?
Looks great, and then it's just like all renewable energy. And it's all free.
Yeah, it better be free. Otherwise, fuck that.
Fuck that. What? The only reason, if it's not free, there's no fucking point.
There's literally no point, you know? You're just feeding back into it.
What was that thing that I remember this thing during the president, like the American presidential election, where it was like, they basically admitted that you could just turn half of some state into green energy, and like it's like not a very populated,
like Utah or Nevada or something.
Yeah, it was something. I think it might have been Nevada, and you just stick up fucking solar energy there, and I think it must have been Nevada, and it was like solar panels, and the entire country could get green energy.
Yeah,
and they're just like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, like that's crazy. We have to go invade some random country across the other side of the world. Yeah, it's also common sense, you know. 200 years from now, they'll be like, what were they doing? You know, they'll be like, it's so obvious.
Fucking idiots.
It was so obvious. But so we're like, that hasn't been done before.
That's too much work.
Yeah, it hasn't been done, then it can't be done. You know, it's a fact.
It's a fact.
That's literally a fact. It can't be done until it is done. That's what we're going to do.
That's the slogan. It can't be done until it's done.
Yeah, that's a great slogan. You know,
I got my eyes tested on Friday.
Okay.
Because my glasses are falling apart and my spare ones are too tight for my head. So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll get my eyes tested as well. Because it's been like 3 years, I think, since I last got my eyes tested. And one thing I noticed is
the world's gotten worse.
The world's gotten worse. But when you're
things are.
When you're putting on your glasses, like to try on new glasses, how the fuck am I meant to know what it looks like on my face if I need glasses to fucking see?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was putting on glasses and I was looking in the mirror. I was like, I literally have no idea what this looks like.
You're just like it's just like a fucking blurry image of yourself. Yeah.
I have my like, cause like in Specsavers as well, like you can't have a second person in with you. So my mom was just like outside because she gave me a lift. And I was like looking at her, I was like, are these good? And I couldn't even talk to her because she was outside. I was like handing gestures, like, is this good? And she was like, no, that's only alright. Eventually someone came up to me, like one of the workers, and she was helping me. But again, like I was then getting swept up with the, oh geez, I don't know if this looks good on me because I can't tell. And she's like, oh no, it looks fine. It's like, your taste is not my taste.
Yeah, well, they're always going to say, oh, that looks fine, because people say that to them every day. Oh, does this look good? You can't say that looks shitty.
Like, but I made it clear. I was like, here, I can't have glasses that are round because my head is too square and it'll only like make that more obvious. Yeah. And I can't have like thick glasses because it just looks fucking awful on me. And then she was like, oh, try these on. I was like, these are thick. And she was like, yeah, just try them on. And I put them on and she was like, okay, I can see what you mean.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's magic, you know. Glasses don't make any sense. I don't understand how that works, you know. Like what's the crack? Like how does it look good? What doesn't look good? But you can just tell. You can just tell it's a vibe. Yeah, it's literally a vibe. It's an aesthetic thing as well. Just like this is like making like this. What do you say? Like accentuating. Accentuating all the wrong features. Yeah. No. Yeah. Last time I was getting glasses, I was on my own Specsavers. I was picking out 2, and they're really expensive ones as well. Because I was like, I'm gonna use these for ages. I still have them. They work very well. But like, I was in that shop for like 90 minutes, 2 hours. Oh, just not even talking to anyone, just walking back and forth and going, yeah, no. Oh, wait, what about this one? But then like at the end, I didn't even find the ones that I actually got until like 20 minutes before I left. Yeah. I was like, I'll just take these. And the word, because of COVID as well, like they give you a tray and they're like, once you pick up a pair of glasses, put them in the tray. That makes it worse because I could see how many of your glasses. The tray was fucking full by the time I was finished. Like, so you keep counting. Yeah, that's horrible. I was like, oh, this is so fucking embarrassing. What do they even do with that? Like, you must spray them and just give them a quick wipe and stick them back up. Yeah, maybe. Well, you couldn't get COVID off glasses, could you? Man, if you're getting COVID off glasses, you're an unfortunate fuck. Like, yeah, it's over for you. Like, you shouldn't be in the shop. Yeah, Jesus. Who the fuck is getting
COVID off glasses.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is getting COVID off anything that isn't like being close contact and stuff like that? Like realistically.
Yeah, like actually.
This is an airborne disease. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. Imagine say, oh yeah, I got COVID. Oh, what happened? I went to Specsavers there the other day.
Just put on glasses. Like
yeah.
some filthy bastard with his dirty COVID greased eyes.
It's the eyes that grease up the greasy eyes. Yeah. The struggle of the optically impaired.
What you been watching this week?
I watched Megamind.
Megamind.
I've never seen Megamind. I've heard great things about it. This is from 2011
or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite long ago now. And it has like an all-star cast. It has everybody, you know. It has Will Ferrell. It has Brad Pitt. It has Jonah Hill. And it has David Cross.
Oh yeah.
He's in it. He's great. He's so funny. Because we watched it back to back with Arrested Development. I was like, yes.
David Cross is great.
Yeah. And then I don't know who the girl is, but it's like star-studded cast. And it's a great film. It's a great film. You like it, yeah?
I loved it, Megamind. Yeah, I think it's like very underrated film.
Yeah. It's better than you'd expect anyway. Yeah. Because there's so many of those kinds of things. I thought it'd be just like a monsters versus aliens kind of.
Yeah, I think that's because it kind of looks like that's what's gonna be, but it's actually. It's to critique. It's a subversion of the superhero genre, and a good one at that as well.
Yeah, flips it on the head. Yeah, like the hero isn't the hero, and he doesn't even because the hero dies in the first 10 minutes.
I love the way that they introduce Metro Man. Is that his name?
Metro Man. Yeah.
Like he's literally juggling babies, and like he's I think he's like talking to people, and he's like walking on water.
yeah, he literally does that. Yeah. Yeah, and he's like he's clearly the hero.
He's like, I'm just like all you.
yeah, and it's Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
You're like this guy is gonna be this is the setup for the film, but then he dies, and you're like, what the fuck? It's a really great setup. You know, that's a perfect pitch.
Yeah.
And but the entire time you're thinking he's gonna come back. It's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, they're not gonna waste that much money on him like it.
Yeah, and they've already spent 10 minutes setting him up like he's gonna come back, and he does come back. He comes back at the end, but like. He's not like he doesn't save anything. He's just back. He's just like he's just a fraud. He's like living in the mountains and stuff like that. It's very good. It's very good. Yeah, kind of like The Incredibles, though. Yeah, the way
it is a bit like The Incredibles.
Yeah, with the fat kid, it becomes like the hero. It's like Syndrome.
Yeah. And he's just like he's super evil as well.
Yeah,
he's just basically a fucking incel.
Yeah.
Like,
he's mad creepy at the start.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a real nice guy, and he's so creepy about it.
What was that? There's a bit where he's just like where he's like trying to pick up Veronica, or whatever the fuck her name is, and he's just like, I can't remember what it is, and he's like, oh, don't worry, we can just stay in my van all night.
Yeah. He's a greasy little slime ball.
Like, oh, get away from me.
Yeah, I thought he'd be good, but it turns out he's really, really bad.
Have you not seen Megamind before?
I've never seen this before, no.
Oh, I'd
never seen this. This is my first time seeing it, so I was forced to watch it, and I enjoyed it. I had a great time. Laugh. Well, actually, to be fair, I actually fell asleep the first time I watched it, but I was really tired. So, but like I fell asleep pretty much as soon as it went on. I was like fading in and out of consciousness, and I was like, I'm going to bed. But then like I proper like sat down and watched it. It was good. It was a good ride. Loads of laughs. You know, a nice little subversion. Great for the whole family. You know, Will Ferrell as well. You can tell he's like kind of improvising as well. He's a great voice actor as well. The guy's just so versatile,
and he's actually trying as well in this film.
Yeah,
like a lot of Will Ferrell movies.
A lot of the recent stuff, yeah. Fucking, was it Holmes and Watson and like
Get Hard,
yeah, Semi-Pro and all this shit. Go back to your roots, Will.
Yeah, just be a voice actor. He's a good voice actor.
Yeah.
Genuinely is.
He's just great at everything. Like,
I like the whole thing as well of it, like nature versus nurture and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the choice.
Yeah,
you know,
you choose who you want to be.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, it's like the Iron Giant.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I am not a weapon.
Yeah. And now that's one off the bucket list. I remember you were saying I should watch not March of the Penguins. The Penguins of Madagascar. That's another one I want to watch.
Penguins of Madagascar is a very weird movie.
Yeah, that's on my list on Netflix or one of those. It was anyway.
Do it. I
was like, I have to watch this.
It's a weird time. It's a very enjoyable, good, fun time.
It's another all-star cast as well, isn't it? I remember when it came out.
Benedict Cumberbatch is in it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They have a good, like, you know the way that Benedict Cumberbatch did that thing, that like Penguin documentary where he kept going like Penguin or whatever.
Oh, Penguin, yeah.
He does that because he voices one of the characters, and he does that throughout the entire film.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to watch that now.
Werner Herzog in the start of the film as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he's just like, the penguins,
Yeah.
life is most beautiful.
That's gas of that clip. Or no, I suppose it's like mainly like, you know, the clip of like the nihilist penguin walking off into like oblivion. Like that's like referencing all these like random bits of media that you wouldn't expect. What even is the documentary that's from? Like he did a documentary on
I have
penguins.
no fucking idea.
But yeah, that is gold. Like
Herzog has done so many documentaries, it's ridiculous.
yeah,
Like, that's actually like realistically what he's most known for is his documentaries, because most people wouldn't really know like Fitzcarraldo and like
Aguirre and stuff.
Aguirre and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't think I've seen his documentaries except for Grizzly Man.
I started watching one that was on Netflix. It was called like Into the Inferno, I think it was called.
Yeah, I think you were saying.
I only watched like the first 5 minutes. I was like, oh, knock this off.
Too intense.
Nah, it's not even too. It's just boring. Like it's about a volcano. Like, but here's that one Cave of the Forgotten, which is meant to be amazing.
Cave of the Forgotten. It's like he's always on, you know. Cave of the Forgotten.
Yeah.
Into the Inferno. It's like
He's got
they're all
one-
so serious.
He's got one on like Syria or Iraq or something as well.
Does he? That would be amazing. Like Werner Herzog is like a
could-
war correspondent.
It
Like
might be the Falkland Islands. It might be that war. I can't remember
the Falklands.
The
Really?
Falklands, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
He does have something. He has one. I started like that was another one that I started watching,
Yeah.
but it was during work, and I was like, I actually want to pay attention to this. I've just
Yeah.
completely forgotten what the film is though.
Yeah.
But he does have one.
That's gas. That's an amazing setup though.
Yeah.
Send
oh
him
my
into
God.
Syria or fucking Afghanistan or
Yeah,
whatever.
have him-
Just give him a camera.
Just give him a camera and just be like, here, just record the Taliban there.
The Taliban are ignoring the white elephant in the room.
The people here.
Yeah,
He's such a weirdo. Where would you rank Megamind in the DreamWorks canon?
the DreamWorks canon has to be above Monsters vs. Aliens, obviously.
That's a very low bar.
Yeah. Well, that was like a 2-star film.
Where would you rate it as opposed to the Shrek movies?
It's way below Shrek, I'd say.
Oh yeah, but okay.
Well, okay, yeah, I know what you mean. I'd say it's below Shrek 1, but just a little bit, and then above the others.
Yeah, fair.
All the other shy ones.
Bad ones. Not better than Shrek 2, obviously.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah. Well, yeah, Shrek 2.
that goes without saying.
That goes without. That's a whole different category unto itself.
That's
Like.
literally number one
Yeah, like of everything.
of everything. Yeah, not even DreamWorks of everything.
The king.
DreamWorks are a fucking weird company. Like they did Despicable Me 3 times and then did Minions.
Minions, my god.
Fuck that.
Is
And-
Minions coming back? I feel like they can't come back.
I feel like they are coming back, man. I think that's the second one or something. A second Minions movie
Minions
coming out.
too. But I feel like they've been memed to death. You know, it's like Shrek. They couldn't do. I don't think they can do Shrek again.
But they are though. They're
But-
remaking it.
Remake, yeah, but they're gonna do like a different animation and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
they,
if you're
they can't
doing-
do it again.
Yeah, if you're doing Minions, like it has to be like wildly different.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not. You know, it's gonna be the same fucking thing again.
Same thing. Yeah.
Did they? They didn't do the Emoji movie, did they?
They might have.
Or that might have been Sony.
Yeah, no, that was Sony. Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like a Sony movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Emoji movie, the Angry Birds movie.
Apparently, apparently the second one is apparently good.
The second one.
The second Angry Birds movie is apparently pretty good.
They just decided to turn it on for the second.
Yeah,
one.
it was like, here, show them what we got.
Yeah,
Flex
yeah.
our muscles.
First
a
one
bit.
was like, yeah, just put it out there.
It's like,
yeah.
that's just a fucking app, whatever.
Yeah, it's just a fucking Angry Birds. That's gas is that there's that little window in time, you know, like around 2010 or like 2009, all these like iPod Touch games, like we're getting like movie deals. And
Yeah,
stuff like
where's
that, you know?
where's my Doodle Jump movie?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like you know, Rocket Jump and all that stuff. Or I can't even remember what the Flappy Bird movie. I remember Flappy Bird sold the rights to a movie. I remember that, but it's gone now.
Why did that just get deleted because the guy was getting so much hate over it?
Yeah, I think he was getting hunted by the Vietnamese secret police or something like that.
What?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what happened, but like that was huge. Remember back in the day? I never actually played that when it was a thing.
Man, people would fucking sell their iPhones and stuff like that with Flappy Bird on it.
But you have like emulators online now.
Yeah, you can just download. You can get it easily if you want to get it.
Yeah, I was playing that in work for a while back for a bit. It's pretty fun, but
Fucking bollocks game.
yeah, it's scum. But yeah, it was a strange time to be alive.
It really was. The early 2010s. A weird time to be alive.
Yeah. So what were you watching yourself?
Everything I watched was so there's like no consistency across what I've watched.
Chaotic.
I watched The Dead Don't Die. Start with that one.
Jim Jarmusch.
Jim Jarmusch. Yes. Star-studded cast once again. We got Bill Murray. We got Tilda Swinton. We got Steve Buscemi. Adam Driver. I left Adam Driver because I was like, I can't remember his second name, so I left out Adam Driver. And there's a few other heads in it.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez is also in it for a bit.
Is she?
Yeah, and a few other people are also in it. Actually, your man that's in oh god, he's in loads of stuff. Oh, is it the guy from Lethal Weapon? That's the main question. But yeah, The Dead Don't Die. It's a fucking weird movie.
Yeah. It's recent as well.
Yeah.
Last year, was it?
2019.
2019.
It's a really fucking weird movie. Like, this is, I've actually seen one Jim Jarmusch film like years ago, Broken Flowers, which also has Bill Murray in it. I can't remember that film at all, so I have nothing to say about it. Oh, Danny Glover, yeah, it is him.
Danny Glover, yeah.
But yeah, The Dead Don't Die. Okay, so like, to talk about how fucking weird this movie is, like, I do have to spoil like a good bit out of it. This film is the most mixed bag I've ever fucking seen. I don't even know where to okay, so like the film starts, right? And it's just like, it's like a Jim Jarmusch movie, you know? It's like focus. Jim Jarmusch doesn't really do narratives or stories, it's more about the characters. And the film very much starts off like that. But then Adam Driver and Bill Murray are driving in a car. They're two cops in this town. And the song, The Dead Don't Die, by whoever the fuck sings that song, is playing in the car. And Bill Murray goes like, oh, I recognize this song. Why is this song so familiar? And Adam Driver turns to him and goes, it's the theme song.
It's just meta.
But only Adam Driver. And it, like, to the extent where later on Adam Driver tells him like, oh, have you not read the script? And Bill Murray's like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, did Jim not give you the script? And he's like, he only gave me the script for my scenes. And Adam Driver's like, oh, well, I know what happens at the end of this. It's not good, just let you know.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And it's like, why?
Yeah, why just him?
And I think I might have a vague understanding as to why. But anyway, this is a zombie movie. And the zombies appear because of fracking, and the Earth's axis has been tilted, so it's like the end of days, and zombies are like coming from the dead, or are rising up from the dead and stuff like that. And like literally someone goes to Adam Driver and she's like, what are these things? And he's just like, they're zombies created by fracking company that tilted the world's axis, and like it's global warming, like that's what caused these zombies. And it's like, oh, like that's like the theme, it's so on the nose.
Is that how it's explained?
Literally,
that's
how
he just says it.
He says it like he tells you the meaning of the zombies.
Yeah.
I was like, this film is about global warming, and no one's really doing anything about the zombies, and people are just getting overcome by the zombies, and like that's the point.
Okay. So
with Adam Driver then knowing that it's a film and knowing the end, it's I feel like the idea is like if we don't do anything about the zombies or about the fracking, we're all going to die. Like
we are Adam Driver.
We are Adam
we
Driver.
Know the ending.
We know the ending.
But we don't do anything about it. Or whatever.
But then Tilda Swinton's also in this movie, and she's a mortician, and she has a samurai sword, and she walks around like just decapitating zombies. And then it's revealed that she's an alien. And she's like brought up by an alien spaceship that brings her up and then flies away. And then Adam Driver's just like, oh, that wasn't in the script.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is the point? Like, I don't really know what the film was going for.
It's short.
It's like 140 minutes.
Is it?
Sorry, no, it's an hour and 40 minutes. Sorry, an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, that's okay.
So like, most of the film is like this really like dry, super dry humor to it. There's like this one bit where like these two people are after getting. This is before all the zombies have come in. Also, one of the zombies is Iggy Pop.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that in the trailer. Yeah.
Iggy Pop is after eating like two people or whatever, and they come in and they're like, "Oh, what was that? Was it a wild animal? A few wild animals?" And then like 3 people come in and see them and come out and say the exact same thing each time. And it's like, the The rules of three. It's funny. It's on the third time. It's funny.
Oh.
But I don't know. Like it's a really fucking weird movie. It's a really divisive film. Like if anyone wants to say like they love this movie, I'd be like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it was very mixed reviews.
Yeah.
I saw.
Because of like that, like because this is like Adam Driver's like his character just knows he's in a movie.
Yeah.
And it's never really made clear why.
Yeah. Because I was gonna watch it, but for some reason I thought it was on Mubi. It's actually on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah. Because I was like, I've seen that somewhere. I seen like the fucking advertisement for it. But
Tom Waits is also in it as well.
Tom Waits.
Yeah.
That's mad. What a cast.
Yeah, it's an insane cast.
Yeah, because I was thinking that would be like, you know, because I sort of had this, I sort of grouped in my mind with Only Lovers Left Alive, which is, which was it 2017 or 2016? I was on the list for like, it was on like the top 10 list, like all top 10 lists. It was like acclaimed by everybody. It's a Jim Jarmusch film, and it has like a lot of the same actors in it. But I looked Dead Don't Die up, and it was just like all the reviews were like, it was literally, I think it's 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
it's like divided down the middle.
And I like when you watch it, because I was really enjoying it, but then the end really lost me. Like not in terms of like I didn't understand what was going on. In terms of, like I don't like really vibe with what this film is doing.
Why?
Just like when
just the meta aspect of it.
It just gets really meta, and then like there's a bit where like Tom Waits is just like. They were like Tom Waits is like talking about like the zombies, like they're already zombies on their phones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if you're being serious or not, like saying that, because the film has been so on the nose with everything else. I don't know if it's taking the piss with like being like, oh, they're all zombies for their phones, man. They were dead before they even died because of modern life.
That would be such like a boomer take or whatever.
It's a mad boomer take. Yeah. Like it's a hot steaming pile of a boomer take. Like,
yeah, that's a big curler. Like,
but again, like I don't know how serious the film is being with that. I don't think it is being very serious. But also, like it's not very funny. Like when you're saying it either. Like I don't know what reaction you're trying to get out of me.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of these, because obviously he's a great artist, Jim Jarmusch. I don't think I've seen any of his films, but like he's well respected. And
You've
stuff
seen
like
Dead Man, or that film was called?
Oh yeah, what's it called? Yeah, Dead Man. Yeah, and that was good. Good film, acid western, you know, trippy, pretty cool. But you have to give them the benefit of a doubt. And like, how far is it? Like, you know, how far is it reading into it, or like being too generous to material that maybe doesn't deserve it? Yeah. In some cases, because a lot of like the artsy stuff, I always get that vibe. It's like, is this really genius, or is it like, are we just like mapping it onto this person because they've done good stuff before?
Yeah, that's the thing. But like I think that the big part of me also thinks that like it is like it's a satirical boomer take, because it's like, you know, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, like zombie movies beforehand have had like meaning that you're meant to read into the film.
Yeah.
But this film is telling you like what it's about. Yeah. In the most unsubtle fucking way possible, like a character literally explaining like the message and like the themes or whatever of the film. It's but then to that point as well, it's like, what's the fucking point then?
Avant-garde.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like postmodern, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's like, oh, it's so ironic, isn't it? Don't you enjoy the irony of this movie?
Enjoy it.
Selena Gomez is in it for all of 10 minutes before she gets eaten as well.
Is she good?
Yeah, she's a few lines. She's pretty good in it. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Would you recommend it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
if it's only an hour 40.
See, the thing is as well. Like, I think if you enjoy the first like hour or so of this film, like I don't know how. Like, I feel like everyone would have the same reaction with the end of the film, but with the rest of the film, it's like it's kind of slow. It's got this weird, like, stilted humor to it. It's a strange vibe to it, and it's one that you have to like. You're either on board with or you're not. It's very unique. It's unique in that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
you have to commit to it.
You do have to commit to it, kind of. Although I was like playing Mario Kart when I was watching it with my family, and then I tuned in properly like 30 minutes in, and I enjoyed it. But I was listening to it, and I was enjoying what I was hearing and stuff like that.
Yeah. I get you.
Excuse me.
One of those films.
Yeah. A strange film. I've never seen any Jim Jarmusch films before this.
We have to watch Only Lovers Left Alive. I think it's a vampire film.
Does he just do any type of film?
Yeah, I don't know. But he's one of those. He's like John Waters. Like his name is in your mind, even though you've never seen his films.
Yeah,
you know, everyone knows his name.
Yeah, and you know his look as well.
Yeah, the white hair.
Yeah, like he's a very like unique character.
Very well known.
Did he do Patterson as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like just like a slice of life kind of thing. I think that's more palatable to people.
Yeah, I don't know what it's about, but he's a big man anyway, and people love him. And,
yeah, there's something in this as well.
Yeah, Only Lovers Left Alive. That's on Mubi, and I was meaning to watch it. I was gonna watch it today, but I was like, it's 2 hours, and I have to really sit in and like
commit
to it. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's a pain in the hole.
Yeah, committing to a film.
Films should be easy.
Yeah, you should just blankly stare at the screen.
Yeah, Down by Law is apparently very good. Just looking at the letterbox there.
Down by what?
Down by Law. That also has Tom Waits in it. The Dead Don't Die is like his lowest rated film. It is pretty interesting to watch. Like when you watch, like you're gonna get a reaction out of it anyway.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's something to be said about that. And Bill Murray, you know, Irish hero this week.
Yeah, did you see the photos of him?
Yeah, in like some random hotel.
He looks like he was going out for a bag of cans. Like
yeah, he looked baked. You know,
he
doing
did.
his things. He's just Bill Murray.
Bill Murray doing Bill Murray things. You know. What else did you watch this week?
I watched some nasty films. I watched a video nasty. I did. I somehow managed to salvage a copy from the black market, and I watched the most famous video nasty, Nightmares in a Damaged Brain, otherwise known as Nightmare. I think it's an American film, and they call it Nightmare, but it's Nightmares in a Damaged Brain in UK and Ireland because it's mostly famous because of what happened here, in Britain and here in the 80s with the whole video nasty craze, which was pretty insane. You know, kind of like a Thatcherite obsession with failing morals, pretty much, which is kind of driven by the woman we were talking about a few episodes ago, Mary Whitehouse, who was in, or her character was in Penda's Fen. It's like the whole moral crusader, like sort of a Christian kind of like, I don't know what you call it.
WASP values.
Yeah, WASP values. Really like concern trolling, being like, oh, think of the children, but really it's like a beachhead to sort of it's like social engineering pretty much.
Yeah.
I think it was the National Listeners and Viewers Association, which is now I think like an anti-abortion group or something like that. It's like it's still around, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But like it's just
still
one of those
doing their thing.
yeah, but it has like a new name. It's like Media Aware UK or something. But yeah, back then they had this whole problem with video, the form of video, because video is very, very cheap. It was getting very, very popular in the 80s.
As we learned with Boogie Nights.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Very cheap. So, and it wasn't really treated. It wasn't within the scope of the censor board. So like they've always had a censor board since like, I don't know, like a long time anyway. So the British Classification Office or whatever it was called, the British censor could control what people saw or what, you know, children saw, what like the average cinema goer saw. And video came out and it wasn't really within that scope. It wasn't seen as a cinematic exhibition.
Yeah, so you can just get it.
Yeah. It was just like, you literally just buy a videotape and like put on whatever you wanted. It was seen as like a publication. It was like paper. Yeah. That's sort of how they treated it. So you can put anything on paper in the same way you can put anything on video. And so it was like it became this whole thing where movies that either wouldn't get seen or like their uncut versions. Or it was a lot looser. It's like a Wild West, you know, like a media Wild West where you pretty much put whatever you wanted onto tape and people could see it and you could distribute it widely. I was reading about how there's like a connection to the way Thatcher would have closed down all the mines and stuff like that. Like huge unemployment rates went up. So like all these people are out of work because the industries are closing down. Yeah, and a lot of them opened up video shops, and they had these. You know, obviously all these videos in their shop, and the videos just had whatever was on them, and you could walk into it and buy whatever. It was like it was like a working class kind of medium. Yeah, but yeah, they had this whole craze about how the morals were failing, and how this idea that people were gullible, and the hypodermic needle model. Yeah, it's like, if they watch this violence, they'll commit violence. Yeah, where people basically just ape whatever they see on the screen, which is, I don't know, you know, we can debate that, but like. That's it.
Bollocks.
That was their thinking. That was what they believed, and they ended up pressuring the government. Thatcher was well on board. She was like, they are revolutionary. They are trying to destroy our morals. Because that was the whole thing. There's a big political thrust behind it. And they ended up pressuring the government, the UK government, to the extent that they ended up passing a law which prescribed 72 films in particular. So these films were illegal to own or to have. Ireland passed a similar law in 1986. Prescribed. We literally went through the list, I think, in one of the episodes. It's like prescribing like Texas Chainsaw and The Exorcist. All those kinds of films.
Yeah. They're really famous. There's a load of like really famous video nasties. Cannibal Holocaust is one of those video nasties.
Apparently the producers of Cannibal Holocaust wrote to Mary Whitehouse complaining about their own film, like anonymously, just so it could be banned and they could get more.
It's like a marketing fucking.
Yeah. Apparently that was the thing.
Last House on the Left as well. Wes Craven.
Yeah, they went after everybody, especially here. It was illegal to have these films or to sell these films. But the only person who was ever prosecuted on the production side of things was the UK distributor of this film, Nightmares in a Damaged Brain, who was thrown in prison for 18 months for selling the film in the UK, which is absolutely insane when you think about it, you know. Literally just selling videotapes of a film of, you know, showing events that didn't happen and that were staged and clearly, you know, just a horror film, and he was put in jail for it. I think his words at the trial were, he was asked to justify it like on the basis of artistic license or whatever. There's a whole trial over it, and your man tried to justify it by saying it's not a classic, but it's well executed. Like there's art to it. Like it's a well done film, and he's completely correct. It's a very well done film, but it's not good. It's not
just
good.
Well done.
Yeah. It's like it's Peeping Tom without any of the subtlety, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's the same thing because it's your man. It's about a guy who's in an experimental drug program in the US, and he's like a war veteran or something like that, and he has schizophrenia and amnesia, and all these. He has like, you know, nervous disorders and stuff, and he's taking these drugs and all goes away, and they unleash him or they they let him loose. But like he's allowed out, and he's into the world. But then he goes a bit crazy. And it's explained sort of like in parts throughout the film that his disturbed personality sort of originates from this inciting incident in his childhood where he witnessed his parents having BDSM sex. And so he...
Not a vibe. So
he walked in, as any normal child would do, he beheaded and consumed their bodies. And so this was sort of the whole basis for his murder spree later in life, because he's constantly having like flashbacks to this horrific kind of gory scene where he walks in, he sees his dad getting slapped by his ma, and he just like starts swinging axes and takes off their heads.
Jesus.
The thing about the film is like they were only asked when they released it, or whenever it was in circulation in the UK, they were asked to cut down a few seconds, literally only a few seconds of footage, because they're very, very graphic beheadings, like all through the film, which are pretty famous.
Beheadings are something that are like not okay in films.
Yeah, you can't really show it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's weird.
Like they happen all the time, but it's never graphic.
Yeah,
this film shows them, and the effects are really good. Like it looks pretty realistic. Except there's one where like they cut off, her head comes off, and then her hands start reaching up, and they're like, "Oh, where's the head?" You know, that's pretty funny. But like all the blood effects and the gore effects, it's very well done. But like the blood is like a kind of like a giallo red. It's like really, it's
like really, really red.
Yeah, it's not like a snuff film, which is what my impression of it always was, that these were like kind of snuff films.
Yeah,
like illegal films.
Yeah,
like that illegal things happened on these videos.
I think that was the kind of like that was
the idea of what they wanted to.
Yeah, that's the idea.
The impression
that's what they wanted you to think it was. Like even in terms of like Cannibal Holocaust and those type of films. But only because I've seen Cannibal Holocaust, like, oh, it's a found footage film. So like these are depicting real events, but it's all fake. Like.
It's all fake. Because I think like the zenith of the whole video nasty thing was when your man or the little boy was killed in the UK.
Yeah,
in 1990 or something like that. And they blamed it on
I can't remember. Yeah.
Jamie Bulger. Yeah.
Yes, that's his name.
And they blamed it on Child's Play 3, which was, I think, became prescribed after that. But like, there's nothing to connect the film to the murder.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally nothing to connect it. They're just like, the dad of one of the kids who committed the murder had rented Child's Play 3 like a month ago, a month before it happened, and they're like, this is clearly why this kid killed this other child,
as opposed to the various other problems that could have been going on.
Yeah, the social problems going on at the same time. Yeah.
It's just easier to find an outlet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's a political thing.
Yeah.
And this poor guy ended up in jail for 18 months. He lost 18 months of his life because he didn't even make the film. He just distributed it in Britain, and he was put in prison
when it was legal at the time as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's nothing illegal about what he did, and nothing illegal happens in the film. And the film is pretty good. It's not great, but it's grand. It's grand to watch. There's a lot worse out there.
It's a decent horror film.
It's a decent horror film.
Yeah.
It's Peeping Tom, but not an all-time great. That's the only. And there's obviously Peeping Tom doesn't really have gore in it and stuff like that. There's a lot of gore in this.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the main thing with all those video nasties is that like they're all super gory films, which I think is why like Texas Chainsaw has like mythos, I guess I'm trying to say, as it has being a super gory film, but it's like not a hint of blood in it.
Yeah.
But it's because it is one of the video nasties, or at least was tied into it. Possession was another one. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I was looking up one of the lists.
Yeah.
Because I was looking up which one I want to watch, and it was just a list of the best video nasties, and Possession was number one. I had no idea Possession was a video nasty.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a very different film to like all those other video nasties.
Yeah, is it gore? It's just sex stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, this is sex stuff, really.
Yeah.
There's like self-harm in it.
That's weird.
I don't know.
It's a strange one. Because even in the article, it was like, this entry is unusual, not just for, how kind of different it is from the others, but the fact that it's actually a really good film and the rest of them aren't. Like, the other films aren't that good.
Yeah, most of them are
just schlock.
Shit. Are literally, they're exploitation movies.
Yeah.
They're just shitty exploitation movies.
Yeah, they're just shock kind of films and like, gory stuff.
But it's weird because like one of the things is that, like, a lot of these films would have been forgotten if they weren't banned.
Yeah, exactly. It adds like a punk aspect to it. Like, this film would have been completely forgotten.
Yeah.
Completely forgotten. And there's like half the films on that list, like, no one would have ever heard from ever again,
Like, I Spit on Your Grave is probably the most famous one.
Yeah.
I really feel like if that film wasn't banned, no one really would have given a shit about it.
Yeah, because it's like, it has that infamy of it,
Even Last House on the Left is also another one, but that was the only saving grace about that film is that it's directed by Wes Craven.
Yeah, have you seen that?
No,
I haven't seen it either.
I always remember because that was one of the ones that got remade. There's a remake of that film.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the trailer to it, and I was like, that looks fucking gross.
Yeah, fuck that.
Even I Spit on Your Grave got a remake as well.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Meant to be a dirt fucking film. That's meant to be a...
that's a terrible, like, premise.
That's meant to be a dirty fucking film.
Yeah, that's just a revenge film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I know some of the stuff that happens in that film is like, that just sounds like it's just shocking for the sake of being shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like there's nothing to it. It's nothing to it but to be violent and shocking.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the remake. I don't know what the fuck is in the original film.
Yeah, the original's pretty worse. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Because they had dirty minds back then.
They also just had mad cheap budgets. Like, that's the thing. Like, all these films are mad fucking cheap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they could do what they wanted. And it's all special effects as well.
Yeah.
Like, not CGI. There's too much reliance on CGI these days. That's a cliche, but like, it actually adds to the like the gore in this isn't realistic, but at the same time it looks like, compared to something like, say, the Texas Chainsaw remake, 2003, which is way gorier, like on like a on paper, but it's not doesn't have the same impact because it's not.
It doesn't feel real.
Yeah, it's not real. It's just like, it has like, there's sound effects and then there's like just like a little bit of blood. This film is just blood everywhere, and it's like there's parts where like he's swinging like an ice pick and like there's axes are being swung, and like they really make contact, and it's really like tactile when it makes contact with the body.
Yeah.
And like, you see the wound split open and stuff like that.
Fucking hell, yeah, because they're just using dummies and just kicking the shit out of a bunch of dummies.
Yeah. He takes an axe to his dad's head, and it's shot really well, or edited really well. where like they actually have the actor, and then it just cuts to the sort of, or no, it even shows the axe swinging down, and then it cuts to this really realistic dummy with the axe in his forehead, like.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
like some of the things they did in Leatherface, like one of the Texas Chainsaw films. They used like one of the characters grabs some dude and he's like starts smashing his head into a window, but they switched it to a dummy and he's really
Yeah.
drilling it into the fucking,
Yeah.
and they're like fucking hell.
Yeah, because the actors can really go for
Yeah.
it. Like, yeah.
Oh, Human said it. I was watching an interview. He's like, yeah, it was really fun just ramming this fucking thing's head.
Yeah.
It's like, fun, dude. Jesus.
Oh God, yeah. We created a monster.
Take him down, boys. No, yeah, I haven't seen many of the, like, I've seen a few of the video nasties, but a lot, like, it is the thing that, like, they're all just kind of exploitation shock films. And
Yeah,
that's
they're
kind of it.
they were picking on an easy target.
Yeah, they
There's
really were.
No one was going to defend these films because most of them aren't like worth defending. They're just not good.
Even the people that like them were like, yeah, this is a shit film. Like,
Yeah. There's only like, oh, you shouldn't censor this, but also like, you know, if we were the censors and you could censor like any shit films, you know, like films just for being bad, you'd
They'd be
censor these films,
yeah.
you know, because like a lot of them are really, really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, literally, yeah, that's true. A weird time.
A weird world, a weird time, you know. We're all part of that back in the day. Only recently, you all got. Should we still have banned films? I'm pretty sure here.
I think it's about, but like, we get films that you can't distribute. I don't think any films are like
Banned, yeah.
banned for like consumption,
Yeah.
unless it's
Well, it's the same way with
it's
drugs, like.
but it's like the fuck. Like, there are banned films, but like they're actual snuff films. Like, you know,
Yeah.
that's just like that you shouldn't be seeing that. Like,
Yeah.
you're fucking weird if you're watching that. Like, who the fuck owns that type of shit? Like,
Yeah, fucking hell.
but yeah, no, I think like it's just like, because when I looked onto the list recently, it was just a bunch of like porn films that are like banned for distribution that you can't like buy on physical copy. I'm sure you can get it online and just watch it, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. These days.
But who the fuck owns physical porn as well?
I don't know. It's like a retro thing.
Mm.
It's coming back in, maybe. Well, like, there's no more DVD shops or video shops.
Yeah.
Extra Vision, rest in peace.
CEX, get my porn off in there.
Yeah, send your second-hand form back
Yeah.
to CX.
Man, they take it as well. If you go onto the CEX website
Yeah.
and you went to DVDs, there's an adult section.
Is there?
Yeah, and people do like you can see where the films are if you want to go get them.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
But like,
I feel like you have to ask. Like you have to go up to the counter. It's like, "Yeah, you got Girls Gone Wild 3?" And they're like, "Yeah, come back here."
They have this massive section in the back.
Yeah, in the back. Yeah, it's a dark room.
There's a lot of lads in trench coats walking around, sunglasses on.
It's like that sex shop in Vancouver.
Yeah. Forbidden CEX.
Yeah, the forbidden.
Oh, sex. That makes so much sense.
Why did they call it that? I thought quick talk about one more film before we have our wee little break.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
I watched Do the Right Thing.
Spike Lee.
His like masterpiece.
Mm.
Honestly, one of the best films I've seen. So
Really?
it's a fantastic film. I don't really have a lot to say because I'm a white guy, so you know this film is about racism. But some of the points that I really, really enjoyed about the film is like the sense of community of like this like street block that you're in. Also, fucking the cast in this film is fucking amazing as well.
Who's in it?
Well, Spike Lee is one of them.
Uh-huh.
Gus from Breaking Bad.
Oh, your man.
He plays Bugging Out.
Esposito.
Yeah.
Something Esposito.
You have, oh my god, Spike Lee's Martin Lawrence is in this film. Samuel Jackson's in this film. John Turturro.
Oh yeah, the guy from Barton Fink.
Yes, that would have been the easier option to pick. There's loads of other people in the film as well. But like every character is super defined. Every character is well developed, and like you get a sense of who they are like almost immediately while they're on screen. And like the interpersonal things, like this character isn't like this character because of this history that you're only given it like a sense of, but you understand that there is a history there.
Yeah.
A lot of conversations about the struggles of, you know, being a minority in America, specifically being a black minority in America, and that being contrasted to being an Italian American, and how Italian Americans face discrimination, but they're basically white at this stage, so it doesn't really fucking count.
The Italians.
Yeah, the Italians.
That's
Sopranos.
a huge subplot in Sopranos.
Yeah, huge, massive subplot.
Yeah.
But you know, and like there's a scene where there's an interesting scene where, I guess it's like a montage where it cuts between different characters, but the characters are just like being, you know, racist against like another like minority group or whatever, but none of them ever have any like slurs or anything to say about white people. It's cops that they have slurs for or whatever. Slurs is not the right term for cops, you know, whatever.
The protected group.
Yeah,
Think about the cops.
Fuck cops. But you know, like insults for the cops. But like it's never for like white people or whatever. It's always for like cops, which is like, I don't know, it's kind of an interesting thing that I noticed in the films. Like, no one really has any white people except for the cops and the rich white people for some reason. I don't know why.
They're the enemy.
They're the enemy. But it's a very good film. Really, really good. Kind of horrifying that the film is as relevant back then as it is now.
When was it released?
1989. This film lost.
89.
This film lost. I don't know if it was nominated. I'm not sure if this film was nominated for Best Picture, but the Best Picture winner of that year was Driving Miss Daisy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, that is gas.
And it's like, this film came out the same year as Driving Miss Daisy.
I thought that was later than that.
Yeah.
Driving Miss Daisy. Yeah, well, that is just a pure meme. We should watch that film, see what it's about.
Yeah. But the other fucking gas thing as well is that, like, years later, when Spike Lee did Black Klansman, that film lost out to Green Book,
yeah.
which is just Driving Miss Daisy 2.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, like, America literally hasn't changed.
Driving Miss Daisy 2. That's the thing, 1989, that's only the other day, like, these...
Yeah, 30 years ago.
In the era that we're in. 30 years ago. Yeah, it's only 30 years ago.
It's like the same shit still goes on.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
So the film, like... I don't really want to spoil this film because, like, I feel like not a lot of people have really seen this film.
I haven't seen this film.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil.
I don't care.
Yeah, but like, there's like a thing. There's like other stuff at the end, which I don't want to.
Is it like unexpected? Is it a twist?
It's not really a twist because it's a film about racism. There's cops in it, so yeah, one of the characters dies like brutally.
Oh god.
And he's like true police brutality. But then there's stuff afterwards, and the film, like, you know, do the right thing, you know, do the characters do the right thing, and that's kind of up for debate. But I saw this interesting thing where Spike Lee was talking about the film, and he was just like, everyone, I don't know, fuck it, I'll like, spoilers for Do the Right Thing, you know, fast forward if you don't listen. So the main beef that happens is about how all these, you know, African Americans go to a pizza place to eat. But the pizza place has all these, and it's run by like Italians, and they just have like all these white Italians on the wall. And one of the guys goes like, "Why is there no black people on the Wall of Fame?" And the guy's just like, "Because it's an Italian place." And he's like, "Yeah, but I don't see any fucking Italians here. I just see black people here. All your customers are black people. Why don't we have any representation on the wall?" So that escalates to the point where towards at the end of the film, where a character ends up getting killed by the police, and people burn down the pizza place because it's basically like, you're the ones that caused this. So the question then is like, oh, like, is it okay that they burn down the pizza place? It's like kind of, I don't know, it's almost a racist thing to look at that, because what Spike Lee was saying, like, only white people have focused on the fact that the pizza place got burnt down, and no one ever talked about the fact that a black person got fucking lynched. It's like, yeah, that's true. And even when I was watching, I was like, geez, they're really fucking with that pizza place. I don't know if they really deserve that. But then I was like, well, a black person did also get lynched because of this fucking person, so fuck them. And then I looked at it, and Spike Lee was like, yeah, that's the main thing that people seem to focus on, was the pizza place burning down.
You don't like seeing a pizza place burning down now.
But
yeah, I'd have to see. Yeah.
But it's also because, like, that conversation about property being destroyed still, like,
takes primacy. It
takes primacy over everything else. Like, you see it during the George Floyd stuff as well.
Yeah, the looting and all. Yeah.
Which is just wild. It's like, you're not focusing on the loss of life. You're focusing on the pizza place.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to watch it. I have to watch that.
It's very good, very very good.
Because I was scrolling past the other day and I was like, I have to watch that because I've heard
2
I've
hours
heard,
flies by.
yeah, I've only heard great things about
Yeah.
it. Spike Lee.
Really, really great film. Spike Lee's also good in it as well,
Mm.
which is surprising. Like, I didn't think that two could act.
Yeah. What's he even in? Just his own films, I suppose.
I think he's just basically in this. I don't think he really acts that much.
Oh, really?
I don't know. He's not.
That's respectable, to be fair.
Yeah, it
Didn't
is.
do a Tarantino
Oh no, never mind.
or Shyamalan. Oh no.
I think he features in. He doesn't star in any of his other films anyway, because like he's in. Okay, I've only seen one film that he himself is in, but he's apparently in the Malcolm X movie.
Ah,
Yeah, that's coming to Netflix as well.
is it?
Yeah,
The one with Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
Ah.
3 hours and 20 minutes, I think it is.
3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to give that a miss.
yeah. I do want to watch it, but I'm also like, Jesus fucking Christ, like 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But apparently it's amazing as well.
I haven't really heard much about it, but epic films. I want to get into epic films.
Yeah, and that is
That has to be an epic. Yeah.
that's like literally it is the what is it? I've heard it described before or something. I can't remember what it's described as, but it's like a tribute.
Who made that?
Who made what? Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Spike Lee's director.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh, is
yeah,
he?
he's the director.
All right.
So that's coming on to Netflix. So I'm gonna give that a go.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
We should.
Neglected on this podcast, I don't.
Yeah, man. We should talk about more like black directors. Really, we mostly talk about white guys.
Our European guys.
Yeah, need to expand out.
Yeah, we need more.
More representation.
More rep. Yeah.
But I do struggle in talking about the type of stuff because I'm like, you're just hearing it from a white guy, and like you should listen to someone. You should listen to an actual black person talking about this.
It's films, It's
Yeah.
all,
There's
we have to give our own honest interpretation.
Yes.
We have to be true to ourselves and to our listeners,
Yes.
but also to
To the film message, like
to the people around the world.
yeah.
Common decency.
We see you, Texas. We see you still listening.
Yeah.
We go for a break,
Go for a wee lunch.
and we be back from the break
Again.
once more. Tell us, Marco, what else have you been watching?
I watched this film called Censor.
New film.
A new film. It's in cinemas as we speak. I encourage everyone to go see it because it's a good film. It's a good film. British film with an Irish lead.
Yup.
I believe her name is. Oh, I don't know her name.
Yes, I'm not the only one.
Her name is Niamh Algar. Which is
Algar.
a very strange name.
That's not an Irish name.
Yeah, you're not Irish.
Algar.
Yeah, she's from Mullingar. Maybe that says it. Maybe that, yeah. But yeah, it's a film about the video nasties. This is what got me into the video nasty kind of thing. I was researching it afterwards because this film is about that kind of craze. This is like if Dario Argento did Videodrome. That's
what? Okay, yeah, that sounds cool.
the kind of thing it is.
Yeah.
That's the vibe. I was like, sign me up.
Yeah.
I was like, this has to happen. But it was in cinemas, so I was like, oh. And it shows once a day at the IFI.
Yeah.
So absolutely go see it. But I was like, I can't do that. So I bought it on YouTube. It was only €6. So it's a good deal. It's a good deal. And it's a lovely film because it's 80 minutes long.
Ooh.
It's like it's like a video nasty.
Yeah.
Because those were just like cheap sort of shit, like schlocky films. This film is like not that at all, but it has the whole, the formal aspects of it sort of play up to that. Like even the vibe, the aesthetics of it has this old like 80s video kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever see clips from Beyond the Black Rainbow?
Yes.
Has that kind of thing.
That sounds
Whereas
really fucking cool.
It's like video, it's like video effects and stuff like that. And set in the 80s, and it's about a British film censor who kind of gets very involved. She gets caught up in a controversy with regard to a film which has some like copycat killer on the loose, and she's blamed for it. And then her sort of her trauma from the past comes into the present, and she kind of gets wound up in it.
So it's like basically the guy that you're talking about. If there was a copycat, if it was a very much a copycat killer, based on one of the films.
Yeah.
Like if there's a copycat killer of like nightmares in the damaged in a damaged brain.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, literally, it opens with the clip from Nightmares in a Damaged Brain.
Oh right.
One of the beheading scenes. It's like it features very prominently with the young killer with the axe in his hand. He's like covered in blood, and like the setup is just them kind of watching these different films, and like observing what happens. But like throughout the film, there's like this kind of social context to it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is context. Like the story is actually pretty thin. A lot of it is just kind of setting the scene and like sort of alluding to things and like picking up threads, and then just like the copycat killer is kind of the inciting incident, because she reviews a film called Deranged, which has a scene where a husband kills his wife and then tears off her face and then eats her face or something like that, something ridiculous, and she passes it because she's like, a few cuts and this is fine.
Yeah.
And it turns out like a week later, they get called into the office. They're like, oh yeah, like some guy actually did this. Like you'll be facing a storm. And there's a whole sort of backdrop of the Mary Whitehouse kind of crowd.
Yeah.
Thereafter, like she gets phone calls to her gaff, like, oh, you're a bitch, you stupid bitch. Why'd you allow our children to watch this? You've unleashed a plague on the British people. Which was a thing that happened, harassment. Like it was like the satanic panic kind of thing, where people literally believed. It was almost like a mystical kind of thing. People actually believed that these videos, these movies, somehow had like a demonic effect on the population.
Yeah. Which
is insane.
Yeah.
Which, because at the same time, within the film, you have this backdrop of 80s Britain, like strikes and stuff like that, the miners' strikes, and there's a clip of Thatcher. It's played on TV. It's a real clip of her talking about falling moral standards at like a Conservative Party conference, and talking about how like the nation is at risk. We must all be vigilant against like these video nasties.
Yeah.
And it's the whole idea that, because the common sense is that Thatcher and people like that and Reagan came in to sort of sort out the excesses of the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Like the remnants of like the student movements and like the labor movements from like the 60s and the post-war period. And like, so it's supposed to be kind of, there were these rational actors who came in, sorted out, just like gave like a marketized kind of sheen to society, just kind of sorted out like the little bumps in the road, like sort of
tidy it up, make it look clean.
Yeah, tidy things up. But like the fact is, there's a huge kind of social engineering push behind all these things, and Video Nasties was just one sort of element of that, of how that played into it. Like Reagan had like the televangelists and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like the mad sort of white American conservative Christians who built up this kind of moral structure to society. Something like these moral imperatives that they had to live up to. But it was all in the service of, wider political, economic goals.
Yeah.
And so like this film is like mainly contextualizing that. But at the same time, it's a horror film. It's a body horror film as well. Because you're kind of...
That sounds unreal.
Yeah, it's really, really... It's a great concept. It's an amazing concept. Because she's always kind of losing herself in the media, in the screen.
Yeah.
And I won't spoil it because like I feel like you should watch it.
Yeah, I will watch it.
I feel like you'd enjoy it because it's a very good film, and it's like right up our alley pretty much. But there's a scene as it goes on, it kind of like escalates, and she ends up, kind of melding with the screen. Mm-hmm. Not in like a like Cronenberg kind of way, but like in more like, I don't know, metaphysical kind of
like
thing.
Like a possessor kind of way that I described before.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Like a dysmorphia kind of thing.
Yeah, she becomes involved in the films themselves.
Jeez.
So
Fuck that.
I don't know, it's hard to describe.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is she has this trauma from her past where it's just alluded to for the first half. It's where she was in the forest playing with her sister, and her sister somehow got lost and she can't remember what happened. But she's like been missing for ages. And there's a scene early in the film where her parents sit her down, they hand her like a death certificate, and she's like, what's this? And they're like, you have to let go. It's like, they're like, she's gone, like she's not coming back, like you have to stop. So she sort of walled herself up within her trauma, and sort of given herself the role of protector of people.
Yeah. So
like that's the role she plays as a censor. Like she watches the films and there's like beheadings and like flayings and like rape scenes and stuff like that. It's not shown, but like it's all like implied and like audio and stuff like that. but she's never affected by it. It's very kind of cool, clinical. Just writes it down.
Much like yourself, Mark, and your job.
Yeah. That's my that's my inner trauma. So I've walled it up. I've walled myself up. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, she's like, there's always like a voiceover where she's just describing what happens on what she's seeing.
Yeah.
But like it's like a completely monotone, and she's writing it down. And she's always wearing her glasses. She has like these like sort of, I don't know, like 80s kind of like, I don't know, frumpy glasses, like these kind of square yolks. They're like really goofy kind of things. And like there's a scene where she watches a film. This is after the whole she's been like hunted down by people for passing the film that provoked the copycat killer. She's watching a different film. I think it's called Don't Go Into Church. And she's watching it. She's watching a scene. She gets this idea that the girl who's being victimized in the scene is her sister.
Oh, jeez.
It's like a mock-up.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like the police mock-up of like the aged-up version of her sister. Yeah. And so like the glasses fall off. Like she gets all like flustered, and she's like, "Oh shit!" And it's very well. Like it's a perfect visual metaphor, because the glasses fall off, and all of a sudden the wall is like, it's not just it's come down. It's like she's completely like naked in that moment, like metaphysically or whatever, or ideologically maybe, and she's completely at the mercy of what she sees on the screen. It's like suddenly there's no distance whatsoever.
Yeah.
At that point, the relation between reality and what's happening in the films starts to really break down. And it's never really made clear what is exactly real and what's not.
Yeah.
Well, the end kind of says something, but it's very, very well done. And as I said, it starts out with the whole 80s vibe. It's all like crackly, it looks like film. There's lots of shots of TVs and like all old CRT TVs. And when the glasses fall off and things start to sort of escalate or like degenerate, it turns more into a giallo film, like really bright kind of neon colors, but also like dark at the same time. It's like,
you're really selling this film.
It's a great film. It's a great film. You should definitely watch it. I thought it was really good. Like, just the whole like contextualization of it.
Yeah.
It's very well received as well. It's got a lot of good reviews. Like it could have done better with the maybe, because there's a lot of context to the extent there's almost like it's more context than is content.
What I have heard about this film is that the context of what this film is talking about is in a lot of cases more interesting than what the film does.
Yeah. That is a problem, because it's like it's sort of setting it up in a way that it's more alluding to things that don't happen in the film.
Yeah.
So, and it's very short as well.
Yeah.
So
this film could have been longer.
It could have been longer. Yeah. It could have had more. It could have more time to sort of
flesh out its ideas a little bit.
Yeah, flesh itself out in like the latter third and stuff like that. But it does do a good job. It's just there's like something. There is something missing. But I don't know whether that's like a deficit on the part of the film, or whether it's something like with Videodrome, where I still don't really understand Videodrome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you watch it, like I watched, I think the second or third time I watched it, I was like, I get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's like there's something else to it. It's more like an immediate experience, like when her glasses fall off.
I experienced that when I watched Videodrome as well. I was like, I kind of get it, but I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah. The plot really doesn't make any sense. But it's because Videodrome is pretty much about that whole thing. Yeah. About the same video nasties and stuff like that. I'm amazed.
Did Videodrome just come out after the video nasties? I'm surprised Videodrome wasn't a video nasty. Or did it come out too late?
No, it's 85. Yeah, it could have been.
Surprised that film wasn't.
It wasn't. Yeah, it doesn't really have gore in it. Like,
yeah,
it just has like kind of gooey stuff. Well, like if Possessor is a video nasty, then maybe Videodrome would be.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, because there's a big
Possession gets way more of a visceral reaction. It's way more. I don't know. Possession's a fucking weird movie.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing film. Fucking weird movie.
Yeah. I don't know, because that's a Polish film, isn't it, as well?
Yes, Zulawski.
So maybe it's like, oh, they're so creepy over there in Eastern Europe or whatever.
These crazy foreigners.
Yeah.
But even like Possession, the weirdest thing about Possession is that like Zulawski made it because he's like, oh, this is what the evils of communism do to people. I was like, why?
That'd be right up their street. Yeah.
Why is Thatcher against that? Like.
Yeah. See, none of it made any sense.
Yeah.
None of it made any sense. And the film's it's a cool kind of it's about time someone made a film about it, because it's like a great meta kind of thing, but it never gets too meta.
Yeah, that's important.
You know, that is very important.
It doesn't have like fucking Adam Driver being like, here's what this all means.
Yeah, explaining what the film's about. Yeah, that doesn't happen. And it's just like, it's a treat to watch. Great aesthetics and stuff like that. Definitely worth a watch.
I will give it a go.
Give it a go, you know?
I will give it a go.
It's great. The ending, you know, there's different interpretations and stuff like that, I suppose. So, you know.
Interpretation is always important, though.
Always important, always key. Media effects, you know. I don't know.
I mean, that's our whole degree. Like,
that's our whole
media
thing,
effects.
yeah.
Like, obviously have an interest in it, you know.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Encoding, decoding, all that
all
jazz.
That stuff, whatever. The prod user. Yeah.
Passive audiences. Oh,
that's us.
That's us. Pure, just taking in what I see, accepting it as truth. No critical engagement.
Yeah.
Just vibes.
After I watch a film, I always go out and try to reproduce what I've seen.
Every time.
Every single time.
Especially when I watched Godzilla.
It didn't go well.
Just kept eating and eating. Trying to get big.
They called the police straight away.
Especially when I started roaring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Punching buildings.
Yeah, that sounds very good, though. I'll have to give that a go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, €6 on YouTube.
Worth it.
Have a look at it, you know.
2 chicken fillet rolls.
Exactly, yeah. It's a new director, debut director as well. Prano Bailey Bond, I think she's a Welsh director.
That's cool. Like, if that's her first movie as well.
Great name as well.
That's cool.
Yeah. This is her first film, and she's sort of hit it out the ballpark.
Yeah.
You know? Well, for your first film,
yeah.
This is just like, this is a film I would make if I had a budget. You
yeah.
know?
And I was like, what is she gonna make next as well?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
if she makes something this interesting on her first go.
Yeah. This is the kind of thing where, like, you know, 4 or 5 movies down the line, you were like, oh yeah, I watched her first one, man. You have to go back and look in her back catalogue, you know.
To really understand her
it's actually the best one, but people don't think. Most people haven't seen it.
It's an overlooked classic, man. It actually says a lot about our modern times.
Yeah, it's so true.
I'll definitely give that a go.
Oh, yeah.
I also, finishing off the movie stage of this podcast, I watched American Psycho.
Oh, a classic.
A classic.
An actual classic.
An actual classic.
Yeah, bona fide classic. 2000.
Yeah, the year 2000. Yeah, different time.
Different time altogether.
You know, also a film that very much like, you know, it's American Psycho. You know, we can do the film bro thing and be like, yeah, man. The fuck is his name?
Patrick Bateman.
Patrick Bateman. He speaks to me, bro. I get Patrick Bateman.
Yeah. I identify with him so much.
Oh man, he just gets it. I just love his morning routines.
Yeah.
Mary Harron is the director.
Oh really?
Which people, I think that's something that people always point out against like film bros that talk about this film. It's like, you do realize that this film is directed by a woman, yeah?
Yeah. Well, it's the film's like so on the nose about it. Like, yeah, it's not even subtle.
But like that's, I was watching with Isabel, and Isabel had never seen it before, and she was laughing at parts. And I was like, oh, that's the reaction you're meant to have, because
when he looks in the mirror, he starts flexing and stuff. Yeah, that's not serious.
Yeah, like Patrick Bateman is actually a fucking loser. Like, he's just happened to be born rich.
Yeah, and looks like Christian Bale.
She's Christian Bale. Like, I was watching the film, I was like he did this film, The Machinist, and like Batman Begins. That man just knows how to mold his body.
A lot of drugs.
Yeah. A lot of drugs.
A serious amount of steroids.
Yeah. That's the only way. That's surely the only way you can do it.
Yeah. Because that was within, 4 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, because American Psycho's like 2000. And then I think The Machinist is like 2005.
2003, and then Batman Begins is 2004.
Fucking even shorter than that.
Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know which one one he did first.
By the way, Batman Begins, Machinist, that's like 18 months between them. Yeah. And he looks like he's
Batman.
Huge in Batman.
He's Batman.
Yeah.
And then he's like someone that like has insomnia and never eats.
Yeah, and he's literally like, he's sticked in.
Yeah, he's literally a bit where like he looks like a fucking zombie coming at someone.
Man, he's gonna, like, his heart is gonna give out in 10 years. Like, there's no way you can do that without having serious health effects on your body.
No fucking way, Jesus.
Like, another way, like the hunger strikers, people did hunger strikes back in like the 80s, like died very, like most of them are dead because their body just can't take that kind of heat.
Yeah.
This guy did it for fun, like. For a job, like.
Yeah, jeez. He obviously doesn't do that. Man, he doesn't even. Sorry, just so now. I haven't seen Christian Bale in a new film in a very long time.
Yeah.
He doesn't really do that much now.
Yeah, I can't remember.
What's the last thing he was in, I wonder? Oh, come on, Wi-Fi, don't fail me now.
Christian Bale, yeah. I remember American Hustle. That's 2013, like.
He's in Hostiles, The Big Short. Oh, he's been in a few.
Big Short,
He's going to be in the new Thor film.
Is he?
Oh, man, yeah, he's going to play the big bad in Thor.
Oh, right.
So, there you go.
He sold out.
Sold out. But anyway,
Sure sold out. Batman sold out.
Who would have thought it? Yeah, American Psycho, again, a classic film. I've seen this film twice when I was younger. I think I was like 14 or 15 when I saw it first, and then I think I watched it when I was like 16. Both times, didn't really get it. Thought it was a good film, but didn't really get it. This time, coming around now, I'm older, I get it. I understand the critique of what this film is going for. And I feel dumb as a 15, 16, whatever fucking age I was watching this first. Fucking dumbass. How did you not get it? Because the film is not subtle at all.
Yeah, it's all out there. Like, it's like a satire. It's very like dark satire, I suppose.
And it's a funny movie as well.
It is funny. Yeah.
Like this like I need to return some videotapes.
yeah. His obsession with like Genesis and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like the business cards bit. That's iconic. Like, how could you watch that and think this guy is a king? You know,
the business card bit is fucking so good,
and
man.
He's sweating.
Yeah, he's
perfect eggshell white.
Oh my god, it even has a watermark.
He's great in it. Like, Christian Bale is fantastic in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't really know what to say about American Psycho, because anything that could be said about American Psycho has already been said. I do love the film, but in a similar way that you were talking about with Censor, my problem with the film is like in the last third, where reality is like falling apart, and some bits are very obviously not real. Like when the ATM is saying to him, "Feed me the cat," and he picks up the cat to hand it in, and then he goes on a shooting spree against all these cops. And then, then he reveals, like, oh, his confession and everything didn't really mean anything. And when he goes back to Paul Allen's house, and it's all clean, and the people are like, what are you doing here? And he's like, is this not Paul Allen's house? And I'm like, no. I feel like I know what the film is doing, but I'm also not 100% sure. And I wish it was a little bit clearer as to what's real and what's not real and what's really going on. Like, I love the whole thing where, like, everyone in the corporate world keeps, like, misidentifying each other because they all look the same. Like, they're all the same fucking person. Like, he's referred to as, like, fucking Mark Jacob, whatever the fuck he's referred to as, by Paul Allen. And he's just like, he's just like, this, like, Paul Allen thinks that I'm Mark Jacob because he wears similar suits to me. He also wears Armani glasses. We go to the same, we even go to the same barber. Only difference is I got a better haircut. It's like there's literally no difference between you at all. You're all the same. It's all this, like, conformity to the Wall Street image or whatever.
The yuppies.
They're all a bunch of yuppies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wish that the end was a little bit clear. But I've also heard before that the whole thing as well is that, like, it's because, like, everything is real. Like, I've heard that before, that everything actually does happen, but it's his privilege as a rich white guy that he's able to do everything that he does do. But it's also like
to get away with it, yeah.
But it's also like he very clearly doesn't. Like, there's no fucking...
Well, there's, like, helicopters outside the window and all.
There's a bit where he's chasing a woman naked in a fucking building block with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And he's in, like, one of the richest apartments in the, like...
Yeah.
Okay, whatever about, like, the critique or the saying, like, oh, it's because of his privilege. There's no one that can run around one of the richest apartment blocks with a chainsaw and live to tell the tale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's like, it's not like he's just killing homeless people, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he kills Paul Allen.
Yeah, he kills Paul. That's such a great scene.
Yeah. Jared Leto doing bits.
It's like, hey, Paul, boom.
Yeah.
So many iconic lines in the film as well. It's super quotable.
It's absolutely, it's so iconic. It's one of those things. It's in the cultural genetic memory, you know. It's like gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, the ending is kind of confusing. What would be your reading of the ending?
that it is like some things definitely are real. Like I do think he does kill Paul Allen, and I think he there are some people that he definitely kills, but there's other people that he probably didn't. That it's all in his head.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the end is just like, oh, I admit to some things, but it didn't really matter because no one believes me, and it's just like, oh, I'm forever tormented. But I do not understand what the deal is with him going to Paul Allen's house and it being like being
Perfectly
clean
fine,
and
yeah.
fine and like nothing's there.
Yeah.
Because I was watching with Isabel, and Isabel was like, did he just go to the wrong house? And I was like, I've watched this film 3 times. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have literally no idea.
Yeah.
If it's that he goes to the wrong house or if he just imagined everything that happened there.
Yeah, I've no idea. I've watched it ages ago now. But yeah, I literally have no idea what the ending was about. I think it just had to be ambiguous, you know.
Yeah.
Because if you play that straight, it's just kind of more interesting if things kind of spiral out of control.
Mm-hmm.
It's like American psychosis at the end. It just like goes on some spree, but you don't know, you know, what is real and what's not. I suppose that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Because if it was all real, that's like, Jesus, that's just kind of fantastical.
Yeah.
That's just completely out of key with the rest of the film.
Especially because it's a super realist film up until those moments.
Yeah, but it's still always in his head as well,
Yeah.
which is, you know, sort of adds into the reading that this is just kind of him going out of control within himself.
Yeah.
But there is something, you know, feeding into it from the outside, like killing Paul Allen or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's iconic stuff though.
Yeah,
a great film. Funny
it's
stuff.
It's a fucking great film.
Yeah.
Like it's beautiful shot,
Uh-huh.
and I was even watching it this time now as well. There's a bit where like he's doing like crunches, whatever, and then Texas Chainsaw is on in the background. He's just watching Texas Chainsaw while he's working out.
Oh, that's gas. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah,
Yeah, I did because I think when I was younger I didn't even know what the fuck Texas Chainsaw was.
Yeah.
So like seeing that I was like, oh, that's Texas Chainsaw,
While he's working out.
which then ties into him chasing her with the chainsaw. Then later on,
Yeah, media effects.
yeah, media effects. Yeah,
That's what happens.
but yeah, even like because even when his assistant is then like flicking through his notebooks, and he has like all this like dissecting women and stuff like that. I know that that's like, I feel like that's him fantasizing over doing all this shit, but he definitely does do some of this shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Don't know.
I've no idea. But yeah, there is some a lot of element of fantasy, I think,
Yes.
because there's huge. Because obviously they're so caught up in what they think of each other, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of it is like social kind of grappling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Monkey stuff, jungle stuff. It's like, oh, Paul Allen doesn't know my name, you know,
Yeah.
or all that kind of stuff. So a lot of it is just like maybe just in the head. It's just literally just inventing a reality, the hyper real world of New York
Mm-hmm.
in the 80s. Just fucking fired up on coke and like and money.
Money and coke.
Yeah. What cool.
Yeah. And like fucking good looks.
Yeah. You're literally living the life.
Yeah. There's so like that whole like materialist aspect of it is so good, and I love the bit where I do love the bits where he's just like reciting information that he's just read.
Yeah.
Like he's clearly just read this stuff about like fucking Whitney Houston and stuff like that. And he's just reciting off these like LA Times reviews to people, and people are like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, the one with the Genesis album.
Yeah.
That always stuck with me.
It's like, they don't understand that it's a great commentary on conformity.
Yeah, everyone's just like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, Pat.
Yeah, because Isabel turns to me when he's talking about like the Genesis album and oh my god, what's his name?
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
Mm.
It's like, I wonder what he thinks about the Tarzan soundtrack.
Yeah, I'd say he loves it, yeah. But that's the thing, it's all reduced to like the most basic aesthetic level.
Mm-hmm.
Fascism, pretty much just fascism.
Yeah, literally fascism.
That's who he is. He's the Ubermensch.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing behind him. But it's like everything is perfect. He knows what to say, you know, he knows how to act to an extent, you know.
To an extent, yeah.
He's got a great job. He's got everything. He's got everything on paper. But there's like a something underneath which is like seriously wrong.
Seriously fucking wrong.
To the extent that like manipulates the reality within the film.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
complete his like misogyny is real as well.
Yeah,
Jeez, that dude hates women.
I think that's just isn't that the like Bret Easton Ellis? Isn't he actually like?
I'm
Isn't he
pretty
like that?
I'm pretty sure he is like that. Yeah, he's like a fucking weirdo.
He's a strange guy. Yeah.
Yeah, because like having read American Psycho, the book is like the film. The film is like a microcosm, like a purified, condensed down version of the book. The book is like 400 pages of the same thing over and over and over, and it becomes so monotonous and boring that that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But it's a detriment to the experience while you're reading it.
Yeah, because it's all like it's like punk almost, you know? It's like a punk kind of thing. He's like insulting the reader. Or he's like just trying to shock you. Like, what was that one he had, the little small one?
Lesson Zero,
yeah. It's pretty shocking as well.
Yeah.
He had another one as well.
That's like one of his first books as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that. Yeah, I think he wrote that when he was 21.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is his first book. I'm pretty sure that's like his college, it's like or his thesis or something.
Yeah, and it was based on his life.
Yeah.
But it was like obviously like exaggerated.
I
To the
fucking
moon.
hope so, bro.
To the moon, like. But yeah, I don't know. He's an interesting writer though. Interesting stuff.
I've only ever read those two books, Lesson Zero and American Psycho.
Yeah, here's another one that's like, I think, what is it? Last Exit to Brooklyn. That might be someone else. I don't know.
He's got The Informers as well. I'm pretty sure The Informers is a film as well.
Yeah, he kind of fell off, to be fair.
Yeah, he really did. Yeah, he's had two good books, really.
Yeah.
And even at that, like, American Psycho is just an expanded version of Lesson Zero.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's the same kind of general idea.
Same kind of vibe. Yeah, he only
Yuppies in LA. Like,
Yeah.
It's literally just yuppies in LA versus yuppies in Wall Street.
Yeah, and he was like, man, all out of ideas.
Yeah, don't know what to do.
Yeah. Ah, sure, look. A classic altogether.
I'm pretty sure Lesson Zero has a film as well.
Yeah, I think it does.
There's a sequel to American Psycho.
The film, yeah, with
Yeah.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I know, but I want to. Apparently
We should watch.
Man, apparently it's shit.
Yeah. Well, I've heard it's like, you know, like a counter reading. Oh, it's actually a feminist classic.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Well, then maybe give it a shot.
Maybe. Well, is it Sophia Coppola did that?
No, I think it's some dude. See, the problem is that it's some dude that did it.
Is it? All right.
Yeah, it's not like
I don't know why I thought Sophia Coppola did it. It sounded like something she'd do.
Morgan J. Freeman.
Morgan Freeman did it. All right, that makes so much sense.
Man has literally done 6 films. Never heard of one of them.
All right, well, we're not watching that then. Fuck that.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like if that was directed by
Sophia Coppola.
Sophia Coppola
You're
or
laughing.
like Mary Harron, like the one that directed American Psycho,
yeah.
that would have been something. But it's the problem that's it's directed by a dude.
It's directed by some random guy, like, you know.
Yeah.
That could have been a good film.
I feel like that's a film that has literally nothing to do with American Psycho, but they just slapped the name on it to make it marketable.
Direct to DVD job.
Yeah, I think it is direct to DVD.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah,
It was a different time. 2002.
You don't really get directed to DVD films anymore.
It's direct to streaming.
Yeah, direct to streaming. Move us on to our new section. Mark,
I love it.
Mark, that fucking segue.
Oh, you beauty.
Our new section, yeah, the new Texas Chainsaw film that we were extremely excited for on this podcast.
We were buzzing. We've been talking about this for a year nearly.
Yeah, it's ever since the first since our fucking Texas Chainsaw episode. Yeah, news released like yesterday that the film is going to be released on Netflix with no theatrical release.
Who needs theaters these days? They're out of fashion these days, you know. Texas Chainsaw 2021. I think this is either. No, I think this is a good sign.
Do you think this is a good
This
sign?
is a net positive because we were thinking this film was going to be absolute dog shit, and it probably will be. In many respects. But at the same time, if it's getting bought by Netflix, you know, Netflix distribution, they're putting it on the platform before it's even released, which, you know, obviously shows that the production company doesn't have a lot of faith in it.
Do you think that that's the thing where Netflix are like, we're gonna have a Texas Chainsaw movie?
Yeah,
Or that's gonna get that. Some people are gonna watch that,
especially because it's not like Texas Chainsaw Reborn 4. It's just Texas Chainsaw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just for the property. Just so fucking, you know, poor innocent people scrolling by are like,
I've heard of that.
Oh, yeah, I love that film, or what? Like, I've heard of that, yeah. And then they just click on some fucking clickbait kind of thing. Maybe, but at the same time, it can't. Can it be that bad? You know?
I don't know.
Can it be as bad as some of the stuff that's come out of that series recently?
I feel like it's gonna be I hope I just hope that it's better than anything that's been on out of the century, and that is a very low bar that I don't think this film is gonna reach.
That's all we're asking.
Yeah, just be better than. Like, if it can be as good as the original Texas Chainsaw remake,
the 2003.
Yeah,
I would take that.
I would take that
every day.
That's like best case scenario. I
would take that every day of the week. Yeah, if I was a betting man, I would take that.
Yeah,
I would be like, cash me out now. That's all I want. Or the Rob Zombie didn't even fucking do that.
the prequel to it.
Yeah, all that stuff.
The beginning, whatever the fuck that film was called.
Yeah, and then Texas Chainsaw 3D, was it?
That's fucking awful.
Yeah,
like,
no, if it's that bad, I will lose all faith in Netflix altogether. I might unsubscribe from Netflix.
Yeah, if they do that to us.
Yeah, if they literally they insult our like sacred cow.
Isn't that so depressing though that the new Texas Chainsaw film isn't getting theatrical release? Meanwhile, like the hype for the new Halloween movie is like pretty big.
Yeah. It is sad. It is sad because they could do something with that.
I don't know.
Like the guy's dead, whereas they have John Carpenter, not like all the other lads.
Yeah, they actually have the original dude
and the original actors and stuff.
Yeah. See, yeah, that's a major thing as well. Yeah. Like I was looking at the Wikipedia page, and apparently during test screenings, it got generally negative response from audience.
I'll take that.
Which, like, I don't really care. Like, that doesn't really mean anything. Like, you're just getting, like, random schlubs to come on to watch these fucking films.
Yeah, why don't we ever get invited to that?
Yeah, I'd fucking... What's that? Yeah, you just can't talk. I'm pretty sure you can't talk about those films after you've seen them.
What are they going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do if you turn to your mate and is like, yeah, that film was fucking shit. Get sued.
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't know. Genuinely, yeah, negative. Yeah, I don't know. You can't really trust them. But at the same time, they are usually a good barometer, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like if a film... What is it? If there's not a lot of promotional material, or if there's no previews before... Or, no, if they don't screen it for critics before it's released, then...
That's a bad sign.
That's a bad sign. But like they go off that... they base that decision off audience reactions and stuff like that. So...
See, the other thing as well is... This film is meant to be coming out this year. We literally have not seen anything of it. We've seen 2 posters.
To be fair, they're great posters.
They're pretty decent posters. But we haven't seen anything.
Maybe that's the new marketing material. That's the new kind of strategy.
Literally show nothing about it until it's released.
Spielberg kind of job. That's what he did with, I don't know, one of his films. Indiana Jones. That's what they did with that.
He just released it.
They didn't do any promo. It was all like sort of it was a what you fucking call that? There's like a blockade or something on any press coverage. I didn't just release it, but like it was like a week beforehand. They're like, oh yeah, it's coming out next week or something.
That's cool.
It's a technique, but that's obviously not what's gonna happen with this.
I don't think, Jesus, if Texas Chainsaw 2021 is as good as Indiana Jones, fucking hell.
Yeah, they just suddenly like fucking knock it out of the park. It's all timer. It's even better than the original. That would be, oh my god, what would we do? This podcast would just like, it'd be over for us.
I think the grimmest thing is that like I just know that this film is gonna be the same thing as every film that came out after. This thing is gonna be like Leatherface, like the Texas Chainsaw 3.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that there's 2 fucking films in this franchise with the same fucking name.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the weirdest thing about Texas Chainsaw, and like, I saw a photo of this. It was like explaining how each one of these films tie into each other, and it's like, I think this is the 5th one that is a direct sequel to the original film. That film has a prequel, and then there's the remake and the prequel to the remake. So I was like, would you not just move, like, just do something different?
Yeah. But, like, what can you do realistically?
Just, like, having an alternate universe.
But then that's just Texas Chainsaw 4, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. And 3. And, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Just do a good sequel,
I'm just sick of them being at a house. Just be somewhere else.
Yeah, they could do...
Leatherface takes New York.
Yeah, do like a Freddy kind of thing. No, or what's it called? Friday the 13th. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah, the Jason thing. Yeah.
But again,
or Jason goes to space.
Freddy
Jason
got
X.
fingered.
Freddy got fingered. Yeah. Leatherface got fingered.
Yeah, I think you are. Yeah, that is a good point though. You are kind of.
They should set it in a swamp again, but this time have ecological themes like Swamp Thing.
Swamp people.
Yeah, swamp
That'd be
people.
sick.
But like they're getting encroached by hurricanes or something like that. And then but they're stranded. A hurricane hits southern Texas and suddenly they're without power. They're cut off from industrial society.
People are going missing.
They're stranded, in the swamp or whatever. It's waterlogged and people are going missing. They're like, what the fuck is this? It's Leatherface, but he's like a swamp kind of thing,
Yeah.
But he lives in a swamp.
Man, that's a better fucking premise than anything that's come out of since the original. Since the original 4, we'll say.
Yeah, the original 4. The golden era.
The golden era.
Yeah. Well, actually, not that because that was direct to DVD as well. Remember?
What one?
Texas Chainsaw 4.
Was that direct to DVD?
That didn't even. That was so bad. They were like, "We're not releasing this."
To be fair.
And then the actors got big, and they were like, "Let's put it out on DVD."
Yeah.
So maybe this is going to be a similar thing. If it's as interesting as Texas Chainsaw 4, I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if it's a mess, let it be an interesting mess.
Absolutely, yeah.
Your one from 8th grade is the only person in this film that I recognize the name of.
Yeah, Elsie something.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a really good sign, is it?
Nah, but she was good in 8th grade.
She wasn't good. I'm sure she's gonna be good in this as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh well. Please, at least be decent. I don't expect it to be good, but at least be decent.
Yeah, please.
God, it's just not gonna though.
We can only hope and pray.
Yeah.
October. It's coming out Halloween, surely, so we'll know soon enough.
2 months away, and we haven't seen a fucking thing.
It's genius marketing.
I just want to see what he looks like.
We saw it on the poster. Oh yeah, we were like a proper look.
But he's meant to be because this is a direct. See, this is the confusing thing, right? It's a direct sequel that's meant to take a. I read the thing, right? It said this is a direct sequel that takes place immediately after the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. However, it also stated that in a similar vein to the Halloween 2018 or whatever year that came out, Halloween film.
It discards.
Leatherface will also be old. So how, what the fuck does that? It's a direct sequel that takes place immediately after, but Leatherface is also going to be old.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it takes place immediately afterwards.
So it says something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it said directly afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. But that could be an interesting out if say it's a sequel. It's a direct sequel in the sense that it's just the first one, and then say 30 years passes, and then it's the second one, and he's old, and he's like, something like that, where it discards the other ones, just pretends everything else didn't happen, but it's not directly, chronologically after. Like maybe he's escaped they've all escaped into the woods or whatever.
What would you do if it literally
started straight away?
No, it's like Halloween where Leatherface is captured. And he escapes.
Oh no, fuck that.
It's they basically just do the 2018 Halloween film.
They just do Halloween, just remake Halloween.
It's literally the same film. They just slap Leatherface in it.
Yeah. See, if it was made like Halloween, you'd be like, you could watch that. You could watch that all day.
Yeah, that's a very good film.
Yeah, but if you show his face, if they shouldn't show his face.
No. Never ever show his face. I think a problem as well is that the things that are good about Halloween is the things about trauma and stuff like that, which, over time trauma has an effect. But the things that are good about the original Texas Chainsaw film is specifically about what it says about the time.
Yeah.
Because
it should be connected to right now.
But right now, you just know it's gonna be about if they were to do something like that, it would be about phones, and it'd be about Trump, and it'd be about cancel culture and all this fucking bullshit that shouldn't belong in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but he's just on Twitter. He's just
canceling. He's just slicing people's someone's got a phone. He just slices their hand off.
Yeah.
And he just walks away.
This says so much about society. Yeah. No, you're right. That's the kind of stuff we're working with. But you could do something pretty cool, like an ecological film,
Yes.
you know, but
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah, a climate film.
There's nothing. Yeah, but like most of those films are like, it's like, oh, it's so lame, you know.
So on the
So
nose.
you need something horrifying, you know,
Mhm.
that makes people like, you know, shrink back. You know, like the real horror of climate change. No one understands it. No one gets
Mhm.
it. You know, like we can't even imagine it.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw could show us. I don't know why climate change, but something like that. You know.
Yeah, but I agree. Like the idea of like a tornado or something like that, like wrecking a village or whatever, and like
yeah,
Leatherface.
this was always going to happen.
Yeah,
you know?
he literally like. Oh.
Zzz, you know, he's swinging thing around. But he's got like a
Imagine though, bro.
he's got like a lawnmower or something.
No, he's like swinging. He's swinging the chainsaw around,
Yeah.
and then he causes a tornado in, and he's like,
Whoa, stop. Leatherface, stop it, man. Stop it, bro. Something.
Chainado.
Yeah. Tornadoes, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
The
no.
forces of nature.
Who knows? Who knows what this film is gonna be like?
The cosmos.
Ah, please be decent anyway.
That'd be alright.
We move on to the old listeners.
Let's do it.
Do you want to plug the bits?
If you want to ask us a question, you can get to us at paro_pod on Twitter or on Instagram. Or you can send us an email at theparopod@gmail.com. That's it.
That's it. That's the bits.
Yeah, please get in touch. And our first question is coming in from Robert. And he's saying, what genre would you like to see certain directors tackle?
So I was thinking about this. Martin Scorsese directs an MCU film. Full circle.
Oh, God. What would he do, though?
Give him Punisher.
Punisher. Give him Mario or something. Oh, no, I suppose that's not Marvel. Italian.
I feel like
is a gritty Mario film.
Wait, you know, is Punisher Marvel or is he DC?
He's Marvel, I think.
Is he? Fuck it, he's gonna be Marvel for the time. For right now, he's gonna be Marvel.
Yeah.
I actually feel like if Martin Scorsese, that's just Taxi Driver is what I'm describing there.
Yeah. Just to remake Taxi Driver again.
Yeah, just make him Punisher.
Yeah. We want you to do what you did with Joker, but again.
Yeah, just keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
Make a sad man doing things.
Yeah. Scorsese. Yeah, he could do something like that. I want Christopher Nolan to do
Anything that's not got to do with time.
a romance film, you know.
Oh
Or
my,
no, rom-com specifically.
oh my god.
Or
Starring Matthew McConaughey.
yeah.
Oh.
Damn, man, you know. He has to fit something in about time.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe it's like there's like a
He remakes like Girlfriends of Ex-Past, whatever the fuck that film's called.
Yeah, he remakes it. It's like, I thought the original material was very interesting. Or it's like About Time, but like it has Leo DiCaprio in it or something. Something like that.
I love for John Waters to do a horror film. John Waters to do
That would be a show.
yeah.
That would be a show.
John Waters to do the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre film.
That literally would be a show. That would just be Texas Chainsaw 4 though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I'm down for that.
Yeah. Remake of that, like Charlie Kaufman, MCU.
Oh, him to do like a Doctor Strange or something like that.
Yeah. He's an extremely neurotic character.
Yeah.
Everyone talks the exact same. We're just talking for the entire film. People go to see it and they're like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this?
He just tricks people into going to see, like, is one of his like normal films.
Yeah, it's just a Charlie Kaufman film. It just has like an MCU character in it.
Yeah. Something like that.
That sounds great.
That could be done.
And then our next question is also coming in from Robert, and he's asking, what are bad movies by actors/directors you usually love? What do you think about Cronenberg and Carpenter? I haven't seen a film by them that I wouldn't like, but I know for a fucking fact that they do have them.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Ghosts of Mars, Carpenter.
That just looks like dog shit.
Yeah, 2000, back in the day. But like, he hasn't really made anything
Yeah.
in like 20 years since Ghost of Mars. Ruined his career. But who else?
I mean, Ridley Scott is a director that I like, but I also really did not like Alien Convent. Convent? What the fuck that film was called?
Yeah. Alien Convent.
Yeah,
Imagine that.
What that film was called?
Yeah, no, Ridley Scott, he's mad hit and miss. He's a great director, though.
He is mad hit or miss, though.
Oh, he's crazy hit and miss, you know. He's making Exodus, Gods and Kings 1 minute. Next minute he's making fucking, I don't know.
Prometheus or some shit.
Yeah. Even then, those people hate Prometheus.
Yeah. Those people are wrong.
Those people are wrong. They are wrong. What else? I don't know.
I feel like I haven't watched it yet, but I feel like if I was to watch Dune by David Lynch, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, because it's not really a Lynch film, is it?
Yeah.
It's not really a Lynch film.
Jeez, if I was to go by actors, jeez, I'd say fucking.
Jeez, that's a long
There
list.
would be a fucking few like.
Yeah.
Oh my god, fucking
Hmm.
David Lynch, Alien 3.
David Fincher.
David Fincher,
yeah.
Alien 3.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Yes.
What's it like?
Bad.
Alien Cubed.
Bad. Very.
Yeah.
That film is so bad that it makes the previous film worse. Like, that's how bad that fucking film is.
Has a stink effect, like, through the franchise.
Yeah, the only thing is that, like, David Finch is like, that's not my movie because I didn't have any control over it because it was a studio film. Regardless, your name is still on it, buddy, so I'm counting it.
Yeah, you can't just say that, man. Oh, yeah, that my worst film. Yeah, that wasn't my film. Yeah. Come on, like.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, chill out. Oh, AI. Stanley Kubrick. That film is shit.
Oh, yeah.
Is
that kind of Stanley Kubrick? That's
not even Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, you're right. That's
Spielberg.
the thing.
But still, regardless, Stanley fucking.
He had something, but he didn't do it though. That's not him.
But even still, like.
That's not even him. Yeah,
Steven Spielberg in general, I do like his movies. Fuck that movie.
AI is shy.
AI is so bad.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Because the thing is as well, like, if you're watching a director, in general, there are like key things that you like that usually expand across all their films.
Yeah. Usually, it's like a personal kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a capitulation to the auteur theory, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they can make one film and you like it, but then you're generally gonna like most of their films.
Yeah.
That just shows it's a director's medium to some extent.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
To some extent.
What about
the writers? What do you mean? What were you saying?
What about Cronenberg? Cronenberg definitely. Cronenberg has a fucking few stinkers.
He's a few. What was that one called? Rabbit isn't very good, but it's not like terrible. Well, let me look. No, apparently he never misses. Oh wait, The Dead Zone. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. Yeah, the one about it's from the Stephen King story. That's not very good. That's from 1983. That's in the middle of his huge period.
You just hit The Dead Zone, the Stephen King one. That's all you need to fucking know. Like,
it just says it all. That's the thing, you know. That's the same thing as well. Stephen King, it goes for writers as well. If you like it, you know, you pick his best work, and then everything just kind of like sort of, you know, it's like a gradient from there. Like there's not a huge sort of like spectrum.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like he's anything like he has some amazing works, but you know, it's just kind of like it's like a little fucking layer there. It's just, you're gonna sort of have the same vibe with everything he does.
Yeah.
You know,
Tarantino in that sense.
Yeah.
Like in general, if you like a Tarantino film, you're generally gonna like all of his films then.
Yeah, the style.
Except for Hi-Fi. That film's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
What about actors? Like Nick Cage is the one I'm thinking of straight off the top of my head.
Nick Cage, Matthew McConaughey, half his films are shy.
Yeah.
But he's the other half are like amazing, you know.
Yeah. Like up until like 2008, and then.
Yeah, up until 2008. Yeah.
Harmony Korine for you. You don't like Beach Bum.
Beach Bum is shit. Yeah. That is a shout. Yeah, I couldn't even think of that. Yeah, Beach Bum is not good. I don't like Beach Bum. But I love
everything else that he's done.
Pretty much everything else. I haven't seen Mr. Lonely, but I feel like I wouldn't like that either.
That's a Werner Herzog one as well, isn't it?
No, that's Julian Donkey Boy. You should watch Julian. You should watch Julian Donkey Boy. It's pretty good. It's very good actually. Mr. Lonely. That's the one about like Michael Jackson impersonators and stuff.
Oh, what? Oh.
It has like flying nuns in it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I like it, but I've never seen it. Beach Bum, I watched it and I was like, it was the first film that came out after I'd really gotten into him. Because like before that it was just Spring Breakers 2012, and I was like looking forward to it for like 2 years, and then I watched it. I rented in Vancouver and I watched it at like 6 a.m. or something like that. I was like, this is so shit. I was like, this is terrible.
Because you told me about him. You're like, oh, yeah, the director of Gummo. And I was like, oh, what was it like? You're like, I fucking hated it.
Yeah, no, I don't think I even finished it, to be honest. It was just like, I just remember it being shit. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey is the main guy in it. Yeah.
That's what made me think of it.
Yeah. And he's just Matthew McConaughey in it. He's like, oh, hey, man. All right.
All right.
He gets all the girls. He's a beach bum, you know. He's got surfing and stuff. It's like, I'm not even sure what the like the driving force of the plot is, to be honest. Yeah, but that's a shit film.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Nick Cage. Like Nick Cage is also like that, where he's in amazing films. But I think it's more like 2/3 of his films are shit.
Yeah, it's more like 80%.
Yeah.
It's really top heavy. Yeah,
it's literally like 70 to 80% of Nick Cage films are fucking awful.
yeah, like Left Below and stuff like that.
Oh
Like,
God, yeah.
He's just in it for the cash in a lot of them. But that's understandable. He's just on the grind, you know.
Yeah, he's just doing his thing.
He's just
He's trying
grinding.
to get through his gambling addiction.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We leave it at that.
We'll leave it there. So
So next week we are going to be talking about Gojira, 1954.
Jeez, back in the day.
I don't know where you just have to find this film. Like, I thought this film was going to be a movie. It's not a movie. It's not. It's not on YouTube. It's not on any of these fucking streaming sites. You're going to have to fucking pirate it.
Oh god. Be alright.
Absolute bullshit though. Godzilla isn't fucking wildly available.
Sure, it's on YouTube. Like,
maybe it is like someone's uploaded for free. Maybe I don't know.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
But yeah, I can't wait for that. I've never seen this.
I've never seen. The only Godzilla film I've seen is the two American remakes. The one with fucking Matthew Broderick, which is fucking
so
awful.
bad, so bad. It doesn't even make any sense.
Oh, it's so
There's an egg.
bad.
There's an egg.
There's like raptors at the end of it.
Yeah, he's just a dinosaur. He's just a big dinosaur.
Just a big dinosaur.
Yeah,
And then the Bryan Cranston one,
yeah.
2014 one, whatever that one is.
Which is pretty shit, but a great trailer.
Great
One
trailer.
of the best trailers.
And trailers.
Yeah, they're just killing me here with the trailers.
We should do a list of our favorite
Our
trailers.
favorite trailer. Yeah, just review trailers.
Yeah,
from the
just
time.
review trailers.
Oh yeah, ever see YouTube channels that are dedicated to that stuff?
Yeah, man, that's
Were
just
they-
Jeremy Johns now. That's at this stage.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, that's all he does.
They
really.
just react to trailers.
Yeah. Oh man, it looks class.
Whoa, I can literally do this myself.
Yeah.
Like watching the actual video. Oh, it's so sad.
Fucking bollocks.
Yeah.
We should do that for our YouTube channel.
Yeah. We should just start doing
Skyrocket in the numbers.
that. Yeah.
Alright, we'll leave it at that anyway.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone. See you.